Hi everybody, welcome to the first episode of Inside Building K-Drama Edition. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Korean dramas in general through a mental health perspective and why I love to talk about Korean dramas through a psychological lens. So for now, I'm not going to be like deep diving into the characters and doing personality analysis because this is going to be like an overall like why I like to talk about Korean dramas, why over the years I've only like grown to love them even more. So without further ado, let's begin. I've been a huge Korean drama fan since 2013, and like when I watched my first Korean drama, I was like blown away because I had not seen anything like that before. One thing that I loved about Korean dramas was that the character development was just so real. Yes, I totally get it when people say that Korean dramas are like, you know, a fantasy world, nothing about them is real, but I think that we can always learn from the stories. We can always learn from the characters we are observing, we are watching, because when we're watching them, we're actually experiencing mindfulness. We're practicing mindfulness because we're not just like watching something. We're actually allowing our mind to concentrate on the present moment. We're allowing our mind to completely focus on the characters, their expressions, their emotions, their journey, and with that we're also processing our own feelings and emotions. And this is what vicarious learning is. And as you allow your mind to completely focus on the characters, their expressions, their emotions, you yourself experience that journey with them. You're basically vicariously processing your emotions through them. So I'm sure a lot of you might be K-drama fans already, but for the people who are not and the people who have not yet experienced this whole K-drama craziness, the best part is there are so many different genres of K-dramas that there's something for everyone. My personal favorite has to be the slice of life healing Korean dramas, and because they have like so many underlying lessons and like, you know, takeaways that can really have a good impact on your life. So another reason why I love talking about Korean dramas from a mental health perspective is that it helps you become more aware of your emotions. So when you're watching a character, you're like watching them from a third person perspective. You don't really have to think about how this is just a drama or this is just a story, it's not real life. It is basically like watching from the mindset that you are watching the story of a person in front of you. And that is something that always helped me because I think a lot of people watch Korean dramas or movies as an escape. And I think if you watch it as an escape, that's great. But like if you don't really want to come back to the reality, that is something where, you know, like problems might arise. So instead of watching Korean dramas as an escape, I actually watch them so I can, you know, feel more present and aware of my surroundings. Because when I watch it, it is actually a form of self-care for me. It is like me prioritizing my personal time, my me time, and making sure that I am doing something that makes me feel good. And when that happens, you actually feel like you did something for yourself. And when you're done watching an episode, or like, you know, you're done binge watching, you actually don't feel drained or like you don't feel sad that, oh, it's over. You actually feel good that, you know, you got to experience this, and now you can like, you know, go on with your day, do other things, but like also keep the lessons that you learned and the amazing experience that you had with you. Like it has become a part of you now, and you're gonna like take it forward with you. So like that is something that really helps you feel more confident in yourself and feel more connected with yourself. Reason number 3 for why I think Korean dramas are an amazing insight building tool is that I just love the fact that they have so many values and like, you know, like family values, and you really get to see the collectivist culture of an Asian society. So I think that is something that we can definitely learn from. The basic values like respecting your elders, you know, like being there for your family, like you really see those. And I think that is something that keeps you grounded and like, you know, reminds you of what you actually want in your life, like what really matters in your life, what is something that you as a person really treasure in your life. Like over here, I'm actually gonna give you guys an example of a Korean drama that I was watching like yesterday. It is called Twinkling Watermelon. Like it's this new Korean drama that is based on like, you know, this time traveling aspect. Like this main character, he goes back to 1995 where he meets his father, who is a teenager at this time, and he's like full of life, like, you know, such a goofball. You just get to see how they develop a friendship. Like he basically like learns so much about his father that he did not even know in, like, you know, the present day, because like, you know, it was just like this thought that occurred to him where he realized that he thought he knew everything about his parents, but he didn't, because we feel like we know everything, but we don't realize that they had an entire life before they became our parents, you know? So like these little things that really just, you know, make you think and, you know, make you feel grateful for the life that you have, and remind you that life is so much more than, you know, the little things that we stress upon, or like, you know, the temporary things that stay on our mind, bother us. But like, you know, around us there are so many little things to be grateful for as well. And yeah, so like I just love how, you know, K-dramas really put things into perspectives, and things that you don't really get to see often, you can like, you know, see those in K-dramas and just like, you know, feel like, oh wow, I didn't think of it that way. Or like if you actually do think of it that way, then you would be like, it's so nice that someone else also thinks that way. So I think K-dramas do a really good job at like, you know, portraying raw emotions and like letting you see life from, you know, like different perspectives of like different people who could exist around you. I just love that whole, you know, aspect of it. The next reason is that Korean dramas have amazing, super inspiring, strong female characters. Seeing how women tackle the difficulties that they face on a daily basis, how to overcome those, and, you know, how to achieve their goals, all of that is like an amazing source of positivity and like something very inspiring for like the viewers to watch. And I think that is like such an important discussion in itself, because we always need more representation of like strong women in media. So these, although are very strong reasons, they're not the only reasons why I love to talk about Korean dramas from a psychological lens. There are proper K-dramas that are based on the theme of like, you know, mental health issues. Like for example, there's a Korean drama that is based on the theme of depression. There is another Korean drama that is based on the theme of grieving. There's so many different stories based on family relationships, family dynamics, pursuing your goals despite the odds, all these things. And when you really get to like sit down and watch them, it's like a treat, because you get to see them grow and learn from their story. And that is, I think, one of my favorite parts. So for this video, this was like a general intro for why Korean dramas are an amazing insight building tool, and why I decided to start this series on YouTube and on Instagram. But for the next video, I'm going to be discussing one of my favorite Korean drama characters, so stay tuned for that. I hope you like this video. See you guys in the next one.